Hello and welcome. My name is Teresa, and before we even get started in this video, I want to thank everyone who took the time to subscribe. In 2022, we hit our goal, 500 subscribers. So yay, not bad for a little mom and pop operation we've got going on here. Anyhow, today is the first in a 4-part series where I'm going to create cards using the new stamp set, Share a Milkshake. It is available in the mini catalog. Let me pull that into screen. If you do not have one, get in touch with your Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you don't have a demonstrator, go to the Stampin' Up website and see if you can get one that's local to you. This catalog is available through April, which is awesome. And of course, this stamp set is part of a bundle. Let me go ahead and show you. I put the dies on the inside. This isn't everything, it's all lined up to go. But whenever they offer the dies, I highly recommend you get them. You save 10% as well, and it always comes in handy. This is the first card. I'll show you the second card at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for that. Let's go ahead and get started with some of the pieces you need. The cardstock is the soft seafoam green. The overall measurements is 5.5 by 8.5. On the 8.5 inch side, you do want to score it at 4 1/4. Gives you a nice fold line. Then I took a sheet of white cardstock. This measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 and mounted that to the inside of the card. Gives you a nice place to write your sentiment. This piece of paper here is a piece of the new designer series paper. It is available. It's one of those things you can earn. It's part of the Celebration catalog. This runs through January 5th through February 8th of 2023, so I'm not going to open that for you. But when you get in touch with your Stampin' Up demonstrator, make sure you tell her or him that you would like that catalog as well. Let me just give you a quick peek to the back of this. The designer series paper from Stampin' Up is printed always on 2 sides. Makes it extremely difficult at times to choose what side you want to use. On the reverse side of this paper is these beautiful stripes in a Granny Apple Green. But we're going to use the polka dot side just because it screams not Christmas, it screams ice cream to me. This is also cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4, the exact same measurement as that inside piece. Now let's go ahead and get started on building up some of those pieces that we need to make our milkshake with. So card 1, we're going to make a milkshake. You know I like to keep a lot of cardstock pre-cut, so it's no surprise it measures by 4 by 5 1/4. You don't have to measure yours that way. It's just, it's very handy. I find it very useful. Now pulling the first stamp from the set, let me go ahead and show you. It's this one right here. It's the solid piece. I am going to stamp this using, believe it or not, Blushing Bride. So let's go ahead and ink up our stamp. Nice and gentle there. That looks good. Go ahead and apply it. Now I'm still using I did not get a new desk for Christmas. This is still the plastic one. So I don't recommend doing that, what I'm about to do right here, but I'm doing it. Pick it up and just rub it so I get a nice even distribution. And even though I did that, I didn't press hard enough, but that's okay because we're going to add shading anyhow. So now pulling this next stamp, it's this one right here, and using my Calypso Coral, I'm going to apply the second layer. This is going to give that gorgeous detail that we need to really bring this glass to life. I'm going to pull this probably out of camera shot so I can line it up. Please forgive me. I'll bring it back in position. I just try to line it up by the top. It will work no matter what happens. We'll make it work. I was a little too far down, but it's okay. You'll see why in a second because you know I've pre-cut these out. You will do a much better job of lining it up because you won't have to worry about leaning over and putting the back of your head into camera shot. Now let's go ahead and create the ice cream. For this, I'm going to use Chalk Soft Seafoam. Let's go ahead and ink it up. Sorry for the discoloration on the stamps. I have been stamping away. So it's just one of those things that happens. And again, I'm going to press because this table is what it is. Let's go ahead and close this up. Next, oh, I should have shown you on this. I used this piece right here. Now I'm going to take just the straw detail and using fresh Freesia, because this is another color that is part of here. The fresh Freesia, the soft Seafoam, the balmy blue. We're going to try to repeat some of those colors. Of course, the Calypso Coral is not part of the designer series paper, but that's okay. I'm going to stamp 2 of these. We were going to use the die to cut out 2 straws. And we are moving right along. Next, we do need a cherry for on top of the sundae. So using my cherry cobbler, go ahead and ink that up. Perfect. That cherry, I think, looks so cute. I can see me using this cherry on with so many other cards, even outside of this set. Last but not least, for stamping, I'm going to do the sentiment that you're the cherry on top, that one right there. And just to show you ahead of time, the Stitched So Sweetly is a retired die set, but I will be using this to cut out my greeting. I want to use the balmy blue because that's another color that's in the background. Let's just go ahead and do this. And we'll put that right there. I believe that'll work just fine. There we go. Let's close up that balmy blue. It was a lot of different colors. This is a very colorful set that we're doing. So let's go ahead and place this. You can use washi tape to secure this. I have some Post-it notes, so I'm going to do that. These dies now all come with the die set if you choose to purchase it. Again, I highly recommend you purchase the bundle if at all possible. Okay. I know if it's out of camera shot, I'm trying to keep it in shot. See, that's okay. This should help cut that bottom piece. So if you didn't stamp it quite perfectly, it's really okay because you can cover some of that too with the placement of your ice cream. We'll get to all that. Have no fear. And then we're going to do this. Put this little cherry stem down there. Grab this piece of washi tape. Now, for the straws, I will have to run this through twice. I'll have to cut out one, remove everything, and then run it through a second time to get that out. And I can even just put this here to help secure it. And then I also, while I'm over there, I'm going to take this little piece here. Looks like a cloud. And I'm going to grab a scratch sheet, excuse me, of the early espresso. And we're going to cut out the chocolate coating on top. So we could take all of this over to my Big Shot, which I'm not going to do. I have it all pre-cut. Let me just tuck that under so I don't lose anything. And here are the pieces. So here's the glass. Here's our sentiment. Straw 1, straw 2. Wait till I show you this cute feature. The ice cream, the cherry, and of course the pre-cut chocolate piece. Now I don't think I mentioned that there was one more piece that we needed to cut from the soft Seafoam green. Using the largest die from our Stitched So Sweetly set, we are going to cut out a piece from this from the soft Seafoam. All right, using that as an inspiration, let's go ahead and get started. I do still have some of these minuscule dots. And let me tell you, they have been a challenge to use. I'm not even gonna lie, but I'm gonna keep trying. The feature to this ice cream piece right here, let me see if I can show you, is it's got this wonderful little slit here, okay? So you can put the straw in there. There's a spoon that comes with the set that will be in another video. You can throw that in there. It just really helps add that extra touch to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and slide my straw in there, well past where I need it, which is fine. I'm going to put one of these tiny minuscule glue dots that I got from my local craft store. Let's see if that comes off. I've been having issues with these glue dots. I don't know what the deal is, but they are secure. And then I'm going to pull this through to where I think I have the straw where I might want it. And there's no right or wrong way to secure your straw. Okay, now we can go ahead and take this and see where I said it doesn't really matter so much here that it wasn't perfectly stamped, because look, we're going to cover that anyway. So I'm going to put a couple more glue dots really close down around the bottom. Let me tear off what I need. These glue dots have been a challenge for me. I'm not even gonna try to hide that. They are so strong. I feel very confident that these things are going to stay. Look at that. So we have those there. And then just kind of eyeballing it where you think you might want it. Put it down. Isn't that cute? Now, you could leave it like that, but to me, it gets lost with that background. So I really feel like I need to add some of this chocolate piece onto it. So grabbing a couple more glue dots. You could also use some Tombow glue. Oh, don't get stuck if you have it. I was out of it. So I'm just going to use the glue dots. I'm going to put one really close to the edge there. And based upon how tight this stuff is, I bet it will stay. And then one right here. So I've got 2 of these glue dots. Do you see them there? You could put 3. I believe they'll hold. Now I'm going to have to hold this up, and I'm just going to follow the outline there. There, whoop, dip, 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 dip. That stuck too soon. No, no. Just getting ready to say there's no right or wrong. You'll figure out where you want it to go. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Now you could also, I can still move that just a smidge. I like that. Now I do want this straw to fall in line behind it. I have a couple of options here. I think I'm going to take my Tombow glue this time because I'm going to start putting it down anyway. So I might as well go ahead, load up the back, and I'm going to put one more glue dot here on the bottom of the milkshake glass because I have a hard time putting the Tombow glue there. So before I adhere it, I have to talk to myself, make sure that this comes out where I want it because we're going to be sharing that. Isn't that cute? And then let's hold this up so I can see and you can see, hopefully. Just try to center it a little bit. I'm centering it this in the center that way, not up and down. That doesn't matter as much to me. There we go. Let's get that cherry on there. Again, you could secure the cherry if you have the Tombow glue, which I'm currently out of. I'll probably run to the store and get some. And the cherry, you can kind of decide how you want it to go. It's, you know, you have lots of fun decisions you get to make. Now, we're so close to being done. I'm going to apply a little Stampin' Seal Plus right there. And let's pop this on here. I like it at an angle. No 2 cards, no matter how much you try, are ever going to be exactly the same. Now, I am going to apply this, raising it using some stamping dimensionals. How many? Some people use a lot of stamping dimensionals, me, and some people are more sparing. I don't want to tell you exactly how many to use. Sometimes it depends, but I tend to prefer to err on the side of caution. Using the pick tool, we're almost done. Wait till you see what these embellishments do. You'll get to see the difference between embellishing your cards and not. And by embellishing, I mean adding on some pearls and some extra little details. It'll be good. You'll see just what a difference 3 little pearls will make to this card. Okay, sorry again. I'm going to have to hold this up to where I can see it because I'm trying to center it as best I can. There we go. So this is the card without any pearls. This is the card with pearls. Don't you think that those pearls add just a little something? Now, what pearls am I using? These are, I still have some left. I think this is pack 3 or 4 of the red and green adhesive backed pearls. So following exactly what I did here, I'll take this blue-green color, pop it here, take this beautiful red color, put that down below the cherry, and I'm going to take the silver and throw that over there. And just like that, our card is done. Now, before I show you card number 2 in this series, let me go ahead and enlarge this so you can take a screenshot if you choose. There we go, nice and large. Go ahead, take your screenshot. And like I said, there's a total of 4 cards. This is card number 1. And let me go ahead and move these off to the side, or just move one of these. And then what's card number 2? Here is card number 2. I am using a cardstock that I don't use very often at all. Mango Melody. So stay tuned for that one. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. While you're at it, go ahead and click on that bell icon and turn on your notifications. That way you'll be notified when the next video becomes available. Thank you for watching. We appreciate each and every one of you. Till next time, happy stamping.